Karen and Chelsea Matthews here, founders of M Wealth Group and authors of this book, Let's Fight About Money. Our goal is to help you build an unbreakable financial house so you can create the life and business that you want and make the impact that you want. We've been talking about business. We have a very unique inside look at years and years and years of helping business owners in their finances and really getting an inside look at what the challenges and barriers that they face. And then as business owners ourselves, some of the things that we have faced and overcome and what we've done to implement specific management tools into our business to flourish and prosper. So we're talking about hiring, firing, retaining employees, right? There's a lot of challenges and barriers that business owners face with employees. What are some things that you hear business owners say about employees and the challenges?
Well, it depends on where they are. So if you're just getting started, sometimes it's like hiring your first employee and they're like, when should I hire? What should I hire for? In what order should I hire? How do I pay them?
Who should I hire?
What's the compensation? What's the process? What's the hiring process? And then it could be you're running a small business where you have several employees. Maybe you have less than a dozen employees, and you're like, okay, so how do I now manage the workload of these different people? Who are my executives? And then you grow beyond that. And so it all comes down to where you are in business, but the themes are the same. So some of the things people have said to us, like, they'll say things like, it's hard to find good people. Where do I find good people? I don't have time to train and develop people. I'm too busy to stop and get somebody. Or I really want some help, but I don't really know where to start. Or I don't really know the kind of people to hire. Or they failed at hiring people before in their minds. They're like, I hired some people before, it didn't work out, so now I'm not going to hire anybody again. You know?
When we very first started hiring, it's interesting because the things that you learn as you go, right? So when we very first started hiring, we had Martin was doing marketing, filming, editing, posting, emails, right? And we thought we were going to hire somebody to do all of that. So then we talked about this before. As a business owner, you realize how many hats you're wearing and how many jobs that actually is, how many people you actually need to replace some of the things that you're doing. So then we realized we need a content creator, somebody that films and edits, and somebody who does marketing, who does emails. Then there's the back end technical stuff, and then there's the front end promotions and ideas and content and graphics. So it's as you start pulling apart what it is you actually do in your business as a business owner, and how am I going to get somebody else to help me with this, and what job even is it, and what do they do, and how do I describe it? Oh my God, it could be overwhelming before you even think about actually putting a job ad to hire somebody, and you could just be forget it.
And started interviewing people, the whole process, and all these different things that it gets into, tracking applicants. There's a whole lot that goes into all this.
So one of the things that we like to do is kind of sort through and bring, when we talk about finances, we want to make it fun and easy to confront. Same thing with handling your business. We talk about in your finances, there's 6 building blocks that make up your financial house. Well, in business, there's 7 areas that make up your business. So it's about understanding what those different areas are, where you are, and how to put some order into each one of those areas so that you can think with, instead of, oh my God, I gotta hire these people, I gotta train these people. Now I gotta maybe fire somebody.
Yeah.
And
which is never fun.
No.
Even if the person's really gotta go, it still is not fun to do it.
Oh my God, I would cry every time.
Chelsea would cry every time. I had to be the bad guy and fire somebody, and then Chelsea would be the person who should cry. Because people come, we want it to work out. You hire somebody because you expect and plan for it to work out, and sometimes it just doesn't.
And then you pour so much into training them and making them a part of your business, as part of your goal, your dream, the impact that you want to make in the world. And you're bringing somebody in, and so you want them to be a good fit. You want them to feel like they belong and they're part of the team. And that's another big problem that we hear employees face is oh, I had a key person, or I had several key people leave, and now they're my competitors, or now they work for my competitors. So it's how do you not just hire the right people, but then how do you properly train them and how do you retain them? Like, how do you make them a part of the team instead of just feeling like they're making your dream, they're, you know, making money for you? Like, how do you get them to feel a part of the goal and the target and impact, the thing that you're doing in your business? How do you get them excited about growing with the business and contributing and feeling a part of it?
Yeah, because employees have their own goals, their own aspirations, the things they want to do in life, their own families.
They don't just only survive when they come to your business and work and then like disappear.
Yeah, and then just vanish. You know, they've got their own things and lives and aspirations that they want. And sometimes they may talk to you about that, and sometimes they might not, because sometimes their plans don't involve continuing to work for your company, and they may not want to communicate that. So you've always got to really have good communication and make sure you set the tone with that if you're hiring anybody, so that you have the right understanding. Is this person going to be here for a while? Especially if you're a founder-led company, meaning you started that business and you're leading that business currently. If you're a founder-led company, all these things become important. Whether you start off small and you grow really, really large, it's important. The people in your business matters. They can make or break the business because they're an extension of the purpose of that whole business.
Yeah, and there's become this whole, now I know there's always been some sense of like, you know, employees versus employers.
Yeah.
But it's like in the last few years, it seems like there's been just this division of like that employer are against each other. And the employee is like, the employer just wants to take from me and wants to build their company, and what can they get from me? And so then I need to be thinking about what can I get from them.
Yeah.
And you know, there's it's become much more common to like hop around to different you know, jobs and different companies. And so it's about looking at how can we partner? How can it be a win-win? Not just what can I take from each other? And so it's about really looking at who am I bringing into my company? And for employees, also looking at like, what kind of company do I want to be a part of? And not just what can I get from that company, but what can I contribute? Like, what can I bring to this company? How can we build something together? And so it's really about the viewpoint that you have and the way that you think about these things and approach these things from both points, from employer and employee. And if you're looking at, having the viewpoint of like, it's hard to get people, it's hard to get good people, it's hard to keep them, it's hard to train them, they're just going to go and take what I give them and how I train them, and they're going to go leave me. So like, I don't want to put too much time and effort and resources into building them. And then on the other hand, you know, how the employee is viewing the employer. Whatever you think about is what you're going to look for, and it's what you're going to see. So instead of looking at the problems and barriers, the first thing that you've got to do is start looking for what you want. Like, what kind of employees do you want to have? What kind of environment do you want to have in your company? And what do you want to build? So start looking at like, what do I want to create? What's the result that I want? I want to have good employees. I want to have a great relationship with them. I want to build something together that they feel like they're a part of. And so if you just start by shifting, instead of what is the problem? What can't you have? What do you not know how to do? Like, what do you want? What do you want to create? What's the result that you want? And then start looking for that. And if you know how to create it and you already know, oh, I know I need to do this, this, and this, great, start doing it. If you don't know what that is or how to create it, then look around for other people who have created it, who can help you with a game plan of like, just like we talked about, a business has 7 areas, right? And so knowing what those are, so it's the same thing of like mapping out, how do I get and keep good people? How do I train them? How do I communicate with them? Like, how do I create a positive environment that we are all fulfilled? And so you got to start shifting your thinking of like, what do I want to create? And then look for that and look how to create it.
Yeah, it's your business, the condition your business is in, the condition your life is in, is a result of the thoughts and actions that you're taking. Sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, because it's like, damn, you're responsible for whatever condition that you find yourself in, whatever condition your business is in, is a result of the thoughts and actions that you're taking. So if you look at that and you're an executive, if you're the owner of the business, if you are the founder of the business, you started a deal, or you're in a high level of the company, that's where you have to look at what are you creating? What environment are you creating? And you really then have to examine what you want and writing it down. And for example, here are some things that we look for employees, and some things we want and we don't want. There's what a founder or an executive or a business owner, what type of communication you want. So ideally, you'd want people who bring you solutions, not problems. So a lot of times business owners will get stressed out because all they get are problems all day long. So they may have, they're trying to solve problems for one. They got their customers' problems they're trying to solve. Then they got their employees' problems they're trying to solve. And then on top of that, employees then may be bringing new problems to them. Not better quality problems, but sometimes just bringing in new problems. Oh, this thing's not working. That thing's not happening. So you want to
I need to take some time off, or I have this, or I need to leave early.
Yeah, all these different things as
I need a raise.
Dealing with. That happens often. People want raises all the time. It's costing more and more than for them to live in America. So those are some things, the qualities you're looking for. It's not just this person's ability to do the job. Part of the ability to do the job is to not bring more problems to me. We look for people who have the ability to think independently and solve problems. Okay, this is your job. You get trained on how to do it. I don't want you then to bring a solution for a problem to me. I want you to bring solutions to me. Like if we hire somebody for content creation, the idea is, let's say there's some issue with the camera or some issue with memory cards or something like that. I don't want them to come and complain and bring a problem to me to solve. That's their job. Their job is that job that they're doing. They're supposed to then figure out a solution and bring me the solution. Hey, there's an issue I'm seeing with the camera. There's an issue with the mics. Here's my solution. We buy new mics or we need more memory cards. You bring a solution. You bring like, this is what we can do about it. Not like, oh, this is the problem we got. Here you go, boss. You solve it. And the business owner got many problems they're trying to solve. So when you start looking for the right people, you start looking for quality in people, not just this person's resume that say they can do this job. You start looking for certain qualities in them and being able to, that's one of the key things that we have. We don't want problems. If some employees does bring, I'm like, dude, why are you bringing me problems? Go find a solution, figure out a solution, and come back with a solution.
Yeah. So it's about ensuring what specific actions do you need to take to ensure that you hire the right people, that they become an asset to your company, and they are also fulfilled so that it's a good exchange. They're happy. Nobody feels taken advantage of. Everyone is flowing power to build the company and in line with the targets and goals and purpose of the company. Yeah. So if these are some things that you're struggling with, or you want to get to the next level of working out some kind of piece that you're feeling stuck, whether it's properly training your employees, getting and keeping good employees, whatever it is, we have specific management tools that you can identify exactly what is the area that's getting stuck, or what is the area that maybe needs to be adjusted. And you can actually take a free business assessment and find out exactly what those areas are and exactly what the things that you need to do to smooth it all out so that everyone is happy, you are happy, your employees are happy, and your business and life is flourishing and prospering. So if that's something that you would like help with, you can message business, and we'll get you the free business assessment, and we'll give you a free report as well.
All right. And if you have other questions or suggestions or topics, leave them in the comments, send us a message, and we will have more and more discussions on business so you can continue to flourish and prosper. Thanks for watching.
Bye.